Hey Taurus, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read for the week beginning December the 7th through to the 13th. We certainly have some significant placements this month. We have the 12-12 gateway at the end of this weekend. More about that on the Facebook page. And we will be having the solar eclipse in Sagittarius next week. So, given that it marks the starting point of the new solar ecliptical cycle, and certainly there's always a lunar ecliptical cycle as well, this one takes us back. Like, I want to encourage the zodiac to do a rewind to June 21, which was the last solar eclipse this year. Okay, that one was finishing off the Cancer Capricorn ecliptical cycle for 2 years prior. This one launches us into the next solar eclipse cycle for the next 2 years, North Node being Gemini and Sagittarius leading the South Node. So, essentially, astrologically, this is very much a crossroads point. As we close off a retrograde cycle for 2020, as we embark on a whole new ecliptical cycle, we're very much on the edge of the cliff, if you like, Taurus. We're very much at the karmic crossroads, where many in the collective are discovering that they've got an opportunity to repeat karma, and perhaps, you know, there are deeper wisdoms to learn. Or, on the other side of that coin, they're truly ready to step into the new and work with this new ecliptical cycle. Now, what does an ecliptical crossroads look like? Certainly all of us are very familiar with embarking on what may feel like the new. We can start new relationships, we can start new careers, but very quickly in that story timeline, we will rediscover the same repeating themes, different characters, same core principles. And that is essentially what retrograde cycles and more potently ecliptical cycles offer us, to get to the core of our manifestation energy, to get to the core of our creativity. Why am I recreating these patterning circumstances, situations, experience in my life? What is karma really trying to teach me? And there's certainly no punishment. By all means, you know, I'm a very big advocate for rewinding the clock, to go back to the blueprint, go back to soul blueprint. There are deeper wisdoms and integrations that happen in all experiences in our life, but certainly all of the collective are now faced with an amazing opportunity to rewind the clock and perhaps either go back for another go around the clock, for a 2-year cycle of repeating the same wisdoms that were trying to call your attention, Taurus, over the last 2 years, or to take it to that next level. And again, I want to emphasize there is no better than or worse than, but there certainly is always an opportunity to deeply transform, to get to know ourselves on a deeper level. I wanted to pull cards to reflect that crossroads for you guys, and also, I don't know why I felt called to pull 3 soul cards for you, to look at the tarot as well. And I'll finish with a crystal card. The Pride card has shown up, adversity and acceptance. There's certainly been this delicate journey, Taurus, of really identifying what pride means for you. And certainly when I'm swimming in the shallows, I can tie that into material success. I can tie that into keeping up with the Joneses. I can tie that into whatever labels society has given me to define what I should be defining success and pride by, okay? But perhaps for many of you, there's been this 2-year story where adversity and getting to the heart of the matter, getting to the soul of situations and circumstances in our life, major endings, major moments of, you know, grieving certain cycles in your life. When we experience adversity, it takes us to the center of our humanity. You know, when all else is stripped away, what is left? It is you. Who is that, and what does that represent? And certainly we can easily see in those very raw moments what we're no longer attached to, Taurus. And it is perhaps from there that we can start from the ground up, if you like. There's been this deeper humbling, is what I'm intuitively feeling, Taurus, but certainly this energy of acceptance, accepting that everything happened exactly as it did, to offer you an opportunity to know yourself on a deeper level. You know, acceptance is a very easy energy to be able to sort of discuss and talk around, but it's something else entirely when we're taken to the center of our cognitive dissonance and we just cannot accept circumstances, endings, things outside of our control, where we're very human in our trying to deeply understand a why. So to be able to say to someone in that state, in that point in their timeline, hey, you need to reach a level of acceptance. We all know it doesn't work that easily, Taurus, okay? So certainly adversity has been a massive wisdom teacher for you guys in many ways. And I feel I'm connecting to Taurians that are not necessarily going to be dipping back There is certainly a potent crossroads for all of us, all of the collective, to be able to either repeat stories, no matter if the characters are different, no matter if the circumstances are different. There's almost like this split in the collective, if you like, of those that will continue to repeat karma until it deeply integrates as dharma, as an opportunity to manifest from a whole new perception, a whole new belief system, a whole new, and like we all individually experience that in our own unique way. I intuitively feel like I'm connecting into Taurians that have almost leveled up, and I'm really hesitant to use that sort of terminology because there is no better than or worse, and there simply is a healing journey. And more often than not, we have to connect back into the past to be able to retrace our steps. We have to try again using the same beliefs and systems that perhaps didn't even work before, to only see that they're not still working, so that we can truly be rid of that karmic looping, if that makes sense. I feel I'm connecting to Taurians that have experienced a metamorphosis, and certainly if you rewind back to June, maybe this was a massive closing out of almost like what I'm seeing, a movie, like old movie film flickering, like your life path, the experience, that significant relationship, that significant experience, those childhood beliefs and how they've carried you, whatever the case may be, Taurus. What I'm seeing is like since June, since the last solar eclipse, you've perhaps been integrating this fast track to a bigger healing story. You've got the Death card in the past. You have been through a massive metamorphosis, and in very many ways, this is an example of how we successfully cross an ecliptical cycle, how we successfully close off the deeper integrations that are happening with a retrograde cycle, and how they offer us some deeper opportunities and truths. I'm connecting into many Taurians that have not only been through a metamorphosis, but this is connecting you back into your childhood beliefs, patterning, influences that have ultimately shaped everything, not just relationships, but your relationship with trust in self, your beliefs, how you've adopted beliefs that perhaps have stemmed a very, very long time, okay? And a return to a joy again, a return to a childlike essence after perhaps a couple of years of experiencing adversity, a couple of years of having to hold face and hold this energy of pride, despite the fact that perhaps you were feeling things on deeper levels that you didn't want to talk about, okay? Struggling to come to some form of acceptance about certain events and circumstances in your life. The healing journey is unique to us all. But look at where you're at. This isn't the past, present, future. You have the Empress card. It is manifestation time. This is the birth of a new cycle. The Empress represents a pregnant woman, and certainly symbolically, it's the birth of a new cycle. I would even go as far as saying to Taurians, if you find yourself that you are a parent, look at how you parent differently compared to how you were parented, how deeply different those structured beliefs are, and how you've been through your own life metamorphosis. I know this is only an ecliptical story, but this one sort of connects you guys way back, okay? Even past life stuff. Maybe I'm connecting into many Taurians that have been exploring those themes this year in their healing journey. We're completely letting go of an old ecliptical cycle, so the version of yourself 2 years ago is essentially going to be very different today. And we're at the crossroads, Taurus, to see if we need to go around that wheel again, to decide, yep, I'm definitely different to who I was 2 years ago, and sometimes we have to repeat karmic looping, or we can decide to say yes to metamorphosis, to transformation, to change, and we birth the new. I think you guys are really on a strong standing in that regard, and certainly with the acceptance card falling as your last soul card, there's a deeper humbling here, a deeper acceptance of everything that has ever led you to the here and now. Let's finish with a crystal card, my friend. If you're wanting to book a personal reading, you can do so by heading on above to the bio link. I love this. Where you can book a reading with me online. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can find the same link in the description box below, Taurus. Look at this. You are the diamond. What's that saying? A diamond is simply a lump of coal that handles stress exceptionally well. And the metamorphosis that happens to a lump of coal, so that after all of those years of being under immense pressure, and we can be under the immense pressure of feeling pressurized by our beliefs, our fears. Where do they all come from? I'm really connecting into Taurians that have gone really deep this year. You are the diamond. And diamonds reflect and refract back every single light, okay, in the color wheel, absorbing abundance and purifying. Beautiful energy that aligns with that there. Drawing this card, Taurus, signifies a need to get ready for change. The light will soon illuminate your way forward. Are you ready to make the necessary changes to embrace the new? And certainly with the solar eclipse coming up on December the 14th, that one is especially made for you after everything you've been through. Enjoy it, my friend. Until next time, hope you got something out of that. Have an amazing week and take care.